this is a very unusual time. We've seen things like this happen before in psychiatry with eating disorders that like all of a sudden spread in big numbers. And there have been times when we see a certain condition just kind of explode in the population. But to affirm it without assessment is really problematic. So my approach is to do kind of like old school individualized treatment and really assess what is going on for this child. So I'll just kind of pause there.
And I just want to make clear, wait, so Sasha, I just want to make sure that like our listeners know, you are in no way denying the existence of trans people. You are not anti-trans. I assume that you have worked with kids who are trans and went on to transition. And
she should be anti-trans. Anyone who has worked with children should have figured out by case number 3 that this is very plainly social contagion, that this is very plainly kids not being okay with who they are, that this is very plainly anti-gay. Period. Why are women being so permissive and being like, oh, let's be critical of this, but let's not make sure we're disrespecting anyone. I'll disrespect you. I'll disrespect anyone. If me saying that no kid should ever be trans or transitioned is disrespectful, then I'm disrespectful.
Happily so. So let's just make clear, because I think it's really easy to, paint, for certain corners of activism are ready to sort of paint anybody who questions any part of this kind of approved narrative at this point as transphobic. And that
yeah, and that's a problem, and that's someone who is not mentally sound, Megan. Obviously. Like, when people say something that's slightly critical, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, she just mentioned eating disorders. Girls are at higher risk of developing eating disorders. That's a fact. Boys do too. Boys do develop eating disorders, but not at the rate that girls do. So if you say something like, girls are at higher risk of developing eating disorders, and then someone says, so are you saying that boys never develop eating disorders, that no boys are ever eating disorders? You're sexist against boys. That's the reaction of the trans comment that she just made. What a fucking idiot. This makes me mad.
Like completely inaccurate and unfair. So let's just be clear about that. The parents are not coming to you because you're going to talk their kid out of it necessarily.
No. You should talk their kid out of it. Are you fucking kidding me, Megan? Are you kidding me? This is... I thought this was going to be an interesting interview, but this is her making sure to take time to coddle the mentally ill, to coddle the mentally unsound, and to make sure that everyone knows that although she's critical of transgenderism, she's not totally against it. Yeah, I am totally against it.